Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, I am excited to bring you the next installment within my conjunction series, and that is going to be diving deep into the mercurial traits, or Mercury himself, okay? The planet Mercury's conjunctions are very important within the birth chart to decipher what is really going on in that head of yours. You know, what is really layered into the way you choose to communicate and the way you choose to offer your message in the world, you know? So it is within the conjunctions that you are able to dive a little deeper and see what is really going on. You know, whenever I want to see how a person chooses to communicate, what is the lens and the filter in which they are thinking and speaking through, I like to see if there are any conjunctions to Mercury. You know, I'd like to see what the position of Mercury is in the birth chart and what sign it's under, and most importantly, where, if they have any conjunctions. So go ahead, grab your birth chart. We're gonna go ahead and get into some conjunctions. I'm gonna explain what conjunctions mean right here. Here's some instructions on what I mean about a conjunction and what a conjunction is in the birth chart. And from there, once you grab your chart and you're ready to go ahead and tap the appropriate timestamp within this video for your personal conjunction or the conjunctions of your friends and family and see if it checks out for you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Sun in your birth chart, okay? Wherever it may lie in your birth chart, if you have Sun conjunct Mercury or Mercury conjunct Sun, this is going to show that you are going to be synonymous with your word. People may remember you for the things you say or the things you write or the speech you held or the advice you've given before they really have even gotten to know your name. You see, like, this is what can offer the traits of, or what will happen when you have a Sun conjunct Mercury. You shine when you are communicating. You shine when you are teaching, when you are giving advice, when you are speaking, when you are communicating. This is where you shine, okay? So if you ever have a Sun conjunct Mercury or Mercury conjunct Sun in your birth chart, my biggest, message to you would be to speak up. Write that book, sing that song, offer that message, communicate, because it is imperative in this life for you to show up side by side, quite literally, with Mercury in your back pocket, being someone that is that person that is supposed to be communicating, who is talking, who is, owning their voice. You're gonna also be seen as someone who is quite intelligent or quite clever, who is also someone who is quite dexterous in the mind. This can be what can be seen when you have Sun conjunct Mercury. But the biggest trait for me whenever I see someone with Sun conjunct Mercury is that, they are going to be quite intelligent, quite communicative. They're going to be very good with their words. They're going to be impeccable with their word. They may also have a very youthful appearance. That's one of the big traits too that people don't realize when they have Sun conjunct Mercury, is that they may look very youthful. No matter what age they are, they will retain some type of youth to their appearance, okay? So you may be the person that's always getting ID'd at the bar. This can be that type of placement and that type of influence. That's where it's coming from. You can blame it on your Sun conjunct Mercury or your Mercury conjunct Sun. Same thing, okay? So that can be what is seen here. But these are the people who are the wordsmiths of the birth chart, of the zodiac. These are the people who can hold a great seminar or teach a great class or sing a great song. They are just meant to be shining through their word. They are meant to be known for the things that they say and the words that they communicate, okay? So let me know if this resonates with you. Also, let me know where your Sun conjunct Mercury or your Mercury conjunct Sun is in the birth chart, okay? Because then that would let me know how and what you need to be communicating, or where you communicate the most and where you shine in this area within your communication in life, okay? So let me know that in the comments below. Let me know if this resonates with you. Remember, things will alter and change if this is in a Scorpio house or a Capricorn house, okay? Or a Capricorn sign or a Scorpio sign. This can alter and change this type of influence. But do know these people are very out there with their word. They're very out there with the communication, unless they have Scorpio in this placement or Capricorn attached to this placement, okay? So let me know either way. Let me know whatever you have, and then that way I'd be able to let you know exactly what's going on within your particular conjunction, all right? But I am wishing you all of the communicative, boisterous, loud energy, you know, for you to convey your message out there to the world, because this is where you are supposed to be seen. This is where you're supposed to be shining. This is what you were supposed to be doing, all right? And I am wishing you all the best and many blessings, all right? Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Venus in the birth chart, okay? Mercury conjunct Venus is gonna show that if we have taken the analysis of Venus from our previous seminars, from our previous lessons, we know that Venus is the planet of love. It's the planet of grace, of harmony, of balance, right? And it is also somewhat of a very social sign. It's also the sign of a little bit of how you are meant to make money in this life, and it is also your love nature. Okay, so like your love style, your approach to love. And so if we consider that conjunct your Mercury, this can be shown that you are someone who could be making money from your communication. You could be making money through your words, through your ability to communicate and delegate and socialize and make connections and network, right? This is make money from your ideas even as well, all right? So whenever I see someone with Sun conjunct Mercury, they should be someone who is using their voice to make them money. More so, with this Mercury conjunct Venus, you may also be someone who is quite articulate to the point where there's a talent within your voice. You see, wherever Venus is, whatever Venus touches, it graces it with a beautiful talent. It gives it a gift, right? And so this gift that it is giving you, because this conjunct Mercury will be within your word, within your throat chakra. You may have the most pleasant sounding voice. You would be someone who would be great at ASMR videos, or you would be great as a singer or an opera singer, or someone who is just has a very soothing touch to the voice, okay, or to your writing capabilities. You may be a creative writer or could be a creative writer. This is also going to show on another scale, on another level, that you will be someone who's probably always thinking about love. You're probably always thinking about fairness and harmony. You're probably always someone who is communicating or thinking about or cultivating your inherent values, what you value, what you think is right, what you think is morally, what you think is morally correct or not correct, right? Because you will be someone who is very in line with your values as far as you always thinking about or even communicating these things. You will also be a bit social with this type of placement. Now remember, please remember, these things can vary and change depending on, and especially if this conjunction is in Scorpio or in Capricorn, or in a Scorpionic house or a Capricorn ruled house, okay? So if you have that, let me know in the comments below and I can let you know exactly how that would alter, okay? But generally, for my other folks who just have, their Mercury conjunct Venus somewhere else in the chart or in a different sign, know that this should ring true for you. But let me know in the comments below where for you this could be, what your particular situation is. Where is your Mercury conjunct Venus? Because it will change and vary for everyone, as we are all different people with a different blueprint, with a different, cosmic blueprint, all right? Now, as I was saying before, this can make you very social. All right, it can make you someone who is always thinking about love. You could be quite the flirt. You could be someone that when you communicate, people really lean in. They really want to hear you. Like, do you have that way about your communication and the way that you speak, the way you the way you conversate, people can really want to just lean in. They could really be like, wow, what's that person saying? Or you could just be very inviting with your word, right? So whenever I see this in the birth chart, I always just try to encourage my people out there who have Mercury conjunct Venus to socialize, to speak, offer their gift that I know that they have within their writing capabilities, within their speech, within their voice. There's definitely a talent there. There's definitely something within the voice and within your communication style and your ability to communicate and connect with others that can make you a lot of money, all right? That can also find you love, right? That can also be something that is of value, all right? And I think what is of value for you would be your mind, your ideas, your words, your voice, okay? So let me know if this resonates with you, all right? I'm wishing you all the best. I'm wishing you all of the graceful and beautiful, harmonious communication in the world, right? So that it can help you find love and make money for yourself. And without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, many blessings and much prosperity, all right? You have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct the moon in your birth chart. Now, as we have discovered, the moon in our astrological birth chart is all to do with the mother. It's all to do with your emotions. It's all to do with your nurturing style, the way you like to nurture, how you personally feel on the inside. You know, as an astrologer, if I want to see how a person feels or what is the makeup of their emotional makeup, I look towards their moon. If I want to see how the mother treated them, I look towards the moon. If I want to see how a person is generally what a person is generally emotionally concerned with in their life, I look to the position and the placement of the moon, and I like to see what is around it, what is conjuncted. And so if we take that into consideration and we merge that with the conjunction of Mercury, we can determine that they may have had a mother who was very communicative, right? A mother who may have wanted to foster a lot of communication within the household, or be someone that had open lines of communication. Now, remember, this can vary and change depending on what sign that this Mercury conjunction is in, but there is one thing to be certain, is that there was a back and forth with the mother, right? And whether it's for good or for bad, we will only know that through the sign or the house, right? But there was a back and forth. There was a general relaying of information within the mother. And this could be something, it is in that relay of information, right, between the person and their mother, that can alter the person's emotions, you see? And then just generally, on the person who has Mercury, you with someone who has Mercury conjunct the moon, you could be someone who is very emotionally dependent on your ability to communicate. It is in the times where you are not able to communicate or express yourself, or, you know, let people know what's going on inside, that would actually make you more sad or more upset or more depressed. So if you are ever in a situation or in an environment where you are feeling really contrived, or you are not able to express yourself, or the space isn't being held for you to communicate, you will feel very stifled, you will feel very sad, you'll feel very upset, right? You can also be somewhat of a very empathetic communicator. I see a lot of therapists, psychologists with this type of placement, because they would have to merge their emotional nurturing side with their ability to communicate, which is Mercury conjunct, what is it? Mercury conjunct moon, right? So this would be that type of placement, someone who has a very emotional quality to their communication. You're always communicating about someone's feelings. When you get with your friends, you want to talk about your feelings, you want to talk about their feelings, you want to talk about what's going on in their soul, you want to talk about what's going on in their psyche, you want to talk about their emotions, right? You could be a very empathetic communicator, all right? And your communication style can be quite nurturing to others, right? You really do aim to nurture or even heal others through your communication. You may have that ability too, where you want to heal, nurture, somewhat guide, maybe teach others through your communication. This is what can be seen here with Mercury conjunct moon. But at the end of the day, I always do encourage my people out there, if I ever had a birth chart in front of me and someone had Mercury conjunct moon, I would encourage them to really, really try to communicate as much as they can, because it will keep them happy. You know, the more that they are chatting, the more they're offering their message to the world, the more they're communicating with their friends and letting people know what's going on inside, the better and lighter they will feel, the more gratified they will feel, the more happier they will feel in life, okay? So if you have this, I'm offering you the same advice, okay? So let me know where your Mercury conjunct moon is. Let me know if this resonates with you. And I am wishing you all the best, many blessings, much prosperity and abundance, all right? You have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Mars in your birth chart, okay? So this is gonna be a very active type of placement. You know, there's gonna be a lot of motivation in this placement, all right? So as we have discovered from our previous seminars, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been, you know, diving deep with me, you know that Mars in the birth chart is all to do with where your energy is going in life, where you are putting energy and effort. You know, if I ever want to see in a person's birth chart where a person is tiring themselves out, where they're putting all their energy during their day. I like to look towards their Mars. I like to see where their Mars is, to see where they're putting all their energy and effort in life. And so if you have that consideration, right, if we're considering that tone, when you merge it with Mercury, this can be seen that this person is putting a lot of energy towards their communication, whether it be through just their normal waking life. They are quite active within their communication skills. They're someone that's always communicating, always relaying information, or even through their job may require this of them, right? But generally, this person is going to be very active within their mind. They're going to be someone who is always communicating. They're going to be someone who's always, having a relay back and forth within their mind, within their communication, even within their writing. Maybe they're an active writer. Maybe they are someone who conducts speeches. Maybe they are someone who is an author. Maybe they are someone who's a singer. Maybe they are someone who is a lawyer, and they're always having to battle with their words, right? That is a big key factor too, because as we know, Mars is the great warrior of the cosmos. And so this person could be very impulsive with their word, right? Whenever I see someone with Mars conjunct Mercury in the birth chart, I probably warn people and say, hey, like, try to think about the things that you say. You could be very, aggressive with your words, or very blunt with your words at times. So really be careful, because these people could be susceptible to lots of arguments and fights, not because they are looking for it, but because the tone and the quality to the message could be a bit harsher than normal, right? These could be the people that two people in the room could be saying the same thing, but the one with the Mars conjunct Mercury may get the backlash versus the other person who may have, I'm just saying, for example, Mars conjunct Venus, right? And this brings that saying to mind that sometimes for you, maybe the message get lost in the delivery, right? Like, the message is probably good, but the delivery can probably be a bit too harsh. It could be a bit too aggressive. So watch out for that, right? At its best expressed, you will be someone who is a very, very active communicator. You will want to express yourself. These are my big texters. These are my people who would rather call you up on the phone. These are the people that's like, I'm not holding anything in. I'm gonna say what I think is on my mind. I'm gonna let that person know how I feel, or how I don't feel, or what I do appreciate, what I don't appreciate. These people are very, and you see how I'm already like, in my own speech, I'm like kind of going a million miles a minute, right? And that could be because I'm getting a whiff of that Mars conjunct Mercury energy. This would be the style of communication that these people would enjoy, right? You would be someone that really does, it's like, it's quick, let's go. But give me the information, I'm ready to go, I'm on to the next. Like, it can be that type of energy, all right? But you could be someone quite active in the mind, in your ability to communicate. You're probably always communicating all the time. If I can guess what tires you out, it's because you're probably always thinking, it's because you're always communicating something, all right? So let me know if this resonates with you, all right? Be careful with your words, but at the best express, continue to speak up, because that is your birthright. When you have a Mars conjunct Mercury, you are meant to be someone who is standing up for your words, standing up for your ideas, standing up for what you really kind of like believe in a little bit. And so I'm not here to encourage you to do the former, which is to watch out and, take care, go forth and prosper with it. Use that energy to have it help you in life, all right? You are supposed to be communicating. You are supposed to be being someone who is running a million miles a minute in the mind, and using your mind to either stand up for others or stand up for yourself. Okay, so because you'll find that when you do this, you are then satisfying your personal stars, and you will be assuming your birthright, right? So let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know where your Mars conjunct Mercury is in your birth chart, because there could be some more depth to this analysis. There could be some more factors that tie into this analysis as far as your communication style goes, depending on where your Mars conjunct Mercury is in your birth chart. Let me know what house it's in. Let me know what sign it's in, all right? And that would let me help you to let you know exactly what's going on within your birth chart or within this conjunction. Okay, so without further ado, I'm wishing you all the communicative energy. I'm wishing you all of the warrior-like energy within your word, all the active energy within your communication. Put all of your effort within your ability to communicate, because it will bring you great gains in this life should you align yourself to this conjunction, all right? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, many blessings, and much prosperity and abundance. You have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Jupiter in your birth chart, okay? So as we have known from previous seminars and diving deep with me within my channel, you would discover that Jupiter in our astrological birth chart or within the cosmos is all to do with your faith, you know, your spirituality, your ability to travel, your expansive nature in life. It is the planet of luck and expansion. It is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, planet within our solar system for a reason, because it is expansion. It is a symbol of expansion. Wherever Jupiter is in the birth chart, it is offering you a chance of expansion and luck in this life, okay? And so if I ever, as an astrologer, want to see where a person can gain luck and favor and gains in their life, I look to the position or the placement of their Jupiter and what's around their Jupiter. And so for you, with your Jupiter being conjunct Mercury, this would show me that you are someone who could gain luck through your words. You would gain expansion through your ability to communicate. You would be someone who is a natural philosopher. You would be someone who is a natural teacher. You would be someone, when you do communicate, who is just naturally wise. You are someone that is probably just within your normal waking conversation, when you are going to get some coffee from the Starbucks or from the coffee shop, when you are talking to the person behind the counter, just in your normal conversation, you are probably always enlightening others or dawning wisdom on others, right? Because you would have Jupiter conjunct Mercury with this placement. It brings you quite big blessings within your ability to communicate. You will be someone who is highly intelligent as well with this placement. It is probably because you are highly intelligent that you are able to so casually relay things that could be complex for other people in such a casual light, you know, in a way that people can just understand it and they just get it. You know, it sounds like you're just talking about the weather when really you're probably breaking down some, you know, nebulous concept, and you're able to just offer it to people where they can understand it. You are able to meet people where they are, but it is through that you in turn are able to find expansion in your life. So if I were to ever see someone with Jupiter conjunct Mercury in the birth chart, I would encourage them, I would motivate them to use their words, because their words, the way they speak, the way they communicate, can save their life. It can expand their life. It can literally make them someone that is expansive in this life, okay? So use your words, okay? Use your gift that you've been given in this life, all right? Use the knowledge that you naturally possess within you, okay? Because people will be quite receptive to those words, okay? Try your best to not steamroll conversations, right? Or be someone that is overly dominant in conversations, because, you know, Jupiter is going to give you all of its traits. And so sometimes you can be a bit too big in life, or too bigger than life when it comes to the style of communication that you hold. You may want to bogart or take up too much space with your voice. And so I just say with this placement that you may need to just find a stage in which is big enough to hold your voice. Do you understand? Okay, so write that book, sing that song, offer that message, be someone that is using your words, because I promise you it will bring you all the great gains in life. When you communicate, when you open your mouth, boatloads of money comes out, okay? When you open your mouth, you can open doors, okay? This is what that type of placement is for you. Now, if the universe be universin, like the universe be universin, I know that wherever Jupiter is in a person's chart, it's the very thing the person doesn't want to do and that they are learning to grow into, okay? So I know that there is someone out there that's like, yes, I know I may have these things that I know in my heart and my soul. I know that I'm very intelligent. I know that maybe I potentially have something within my voice that my friends always tell me that I should be using, but I just don't want to do it, right? You see? So it's not just gonna happen. The thing about our charts and the thing about life itself is that we are here to enact it. We are here to use it. We are here to make it happen. It doesn't work unless you work it. You understand? The luck isn't just gonna fall out of the sky because you've got Mercury conjunct Jupiter. No, you have to be someone who is willing and who is brave enough to say, okay, I think I have it within my mind and within my communication abilities and within my knowledge to offer my message, to write my book, to teach that class, to offer my communication style in life. And it is in you doing that that the luck unfolds. You see? So don't be someone or one of those students or one of those people out there who's like, oh, these are my placements, not gonna do anything with it. I guess this is just what it is. That's not me. And then I ask you, hey, have you tried to teach that thing? Have you tried to offer that speech? Have you tried to publish that book? Have you tried? You see, because Jupiter is there for you, but it's not just gonna give it to you. It wants in exchange for you to do the thing. It wants you to offer the gift to the world. It wants you to do the thing in order for you to get the gains, okay? So let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know where your Jupiter conjunct Mercury is in your birth chart, and I will let you know exactly what is going on in your particular situation, all right? But I am wishing you all of the abundant, wise, philosophical, expansive communication that you have within you to be shown out to the world. I'm wishing that on your life in this very moment, all right? And I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and much abundance, all right? You have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Neptune in the birth chart. Now, as we've discovered in my previous videos, if you've been following me for a while, you know, Neptune is the planet of the things that are just outside of our realm of understanding. It is a higher octave of Venus. A lot of people don't know this, but Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. Okay, it is the very nebulous energy that we all hold inside of ourselves. It is the spiritual energy. It is our energy of faith, you know? And so with that being considered, if we merge that with the planet of Mercury, which is all to do with the mind and your communication style and the way you speak and the lens and filter in which you are speaking through, if we conjunct those two and they are side by side with each other, we can determine that this person could be someone who's mentally concerned with spirituality. They could be someone who would be an amazing singer or an amazing preacher or someone who is very creative with their words. You know, this brings to mind, I don't know why, but it brings to mind like people who are like Shakespeare, or who are like music composers, people who are even painters, even just anyone who has a very creative like flair to their mental capacity. They are someone who is very, very creatively focused in their mind, okay? And so when you have Mercury conjunct Neptune, you would be a great singer, you would be a great painter, you would be anyone that is doing something within the creative, healing, or spiritual arts. These are the people who are gifted at that. These are my tarot readers. These are my people who are astrological birth chart readers. These are my people who are my psychics even. You know, you may have a spiritual gift within your mental, you know, within your mind, within your words. You could be very prophetic in the mind. You could be very prophetic with your words, right? So this is that type of placement. You could also be quite healing within your degree or depth of communication because you have that Mercury conjunct Neptune in the birth chart. Now, where this may be a bit of a drawback at times is that you may at times suffer from confusion, delusion, or illusion, all right? Sometimes you could be someone who can tell a little white lie at times, okay? So be very careful of that, all right? You could be someone that could speak in a way that is very, you like to exaggerate. You like to just sprinkle a little, sprinkle on top of whatever you're articulating because it's a little bit more fun, all right? I'll put it like that, all right? So this can be sometimes expressed as that as well, but do know that you will be someone who is quite spiritual and you will be someone who is very spiritually focused, very creatively focused, okay? So that is what is to be seen with this Mercury conjunct Neptune in your birth chart. Now, this is gonna vary and change depending on where your conjunction is, what house it's in, what sign it is under. And so the only way that I would be able to dive a little bit deeper for you is if you were to let me know in the comments below what position and where it is for you and what your particular specific conjunction is in your birth chart, all right? Do know I always do want to put the disclaimer out there that if this conjunction is in Neptune, if this conjunction is in Scorpio or Capricorn, it will alter the placement. Okay, it will alter the situation. If it is near Saturn, if it is near Pluto, if it is near Capricorn, if it is near what is it? If it is near Capricorn, if it is near Scorpio, it's going to change it. It's going to alter the analysis, okay? And so let me know in the comments, either way, if you have it in whatever position, let me know and I will be then able to let you know exactly what is going on here for you, okay? But be the creative, communicative person that you are. Be the person who is offering that spiritual gift that you have within your voice, you know, because it can really be something that could help you. Be very careful to not allow your mind to run away too much. Although your mind is going to be quite nebulous and you are going to be someone whose head is in the stars a bit, try to stay grounded as much as possible and try not to allow your mind to play tricks on you or to have you seeing things or thinking things that just simply aren't what they are, okay? Because it's a double-edged sword with this type of placement. It's although you are quite connected to source energy and to the universe and to the great beyond and to the ethereal plane, and it can give you and offer you great spiritual insights and a great deep spiritual connection, it could also at the exact same time have you being someone that is in the world and not of it. And sometimes when it is needed, it is good to be in the world, especially when you are communicating, when you are having people communicate towards you, when you are walking through the world. There are things that you are going to need to have your feet firmly on the ground for, so that you don't run into conflict, so that you don't run into trouble. You see? So that is my biggest advice to you, all right? So you have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm wishing you all the blessings and many abundance, and you have a good day, all right? Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Pluto in the birth chart, okay? So this is going to be a very, very deep and intense type of placement, because as we know and as we've discovered, Pluto in our solar system is a very, very intense, sometimes chaotic, sometimes very transformative, powerful placement. It is an area in the birth chart where you personally gain power, but you equally experience a certain degree of transformation and metamorphosis and intensity within, okay? You may even get pushback from others in this area of your life, wherever Pluto is. And so if we consider that with the conjunction of Mercury being the planet of your thought process and how you choose to communicate and what you think about, we can determine that when you have Mercury conjunct Pluto in the birth chart, this can show that you can be a very intense communicator. You could be someone that wants to show your power through your ability to communicate and perhaps through your intelligence. You could even be someone who is highly intelligent, and it can even err on the side of being highly strategic. Okay, you could be 3 steps ahead of people. You could be someone that through your mind you are able to perceive others. You are able to hear the things that people don't want you to hear. You are able to see the things that people don't want you to see. You are able to read in between the lines with this type of placement, right? And because of this, you may find that people may not like that part of you. People may really not like that very part of you that is able to be as intense with your words or perceptive or able to see through things. Does this make sense, right? Is yes, although it is a power where you gain power, it also offers a bit of pushback to those who are on the receiving end of it, right? But there are some good things to this placement, because, you know, I see a lot of therapists with these placements, people who are able to take only a few bits of information, and then within that are able to, with their words, with their advice, are able to transform the situation. They are able to dive deep into a situation and able to, with their knowledge, with their ideas, with their words, with their advice, are able to jump in and alter it. You see, that is that is a makings of a therapist, right? Whoever has Mercury conjunct Pluto, right? You could be someone just in your everyday conversation with your friends, with the Starbucks worker behind the counter, with, you know, just anyone. You will have that certain degree of depth within your communication. You will not be someone that likes small talk. That is something that is so far away from someone who has Mercury conjunct Pluto. When you have Mercury conjunct Pluto, small talk is literally not in your vocabulary. It's not even in your style or your approach to communication. You are going to be someone on the first day of meeting someone that wants to sit them down and you're like, tell me about your childhood traumas. Tell me about what you learned. Tell me about what you are going through. Like, that is going to be the types of conversations that you choose to have. You're really going to want to dive deep. Tell me about the world. Tell me about what your conspiracy theories are. Tell me about what's going on in your inner psyche. Like, that is Mercury conjunct Pluto. You're gonna be someone who deep is your normal, right? Deep and transcendent is your normal as far as communication goes, as far as your style of communication goes, okay? But as expressed before, be very careful of being too intense or too domineering with your words or too penetrating with your curiosities, right? Because you would be someone that, depending on the people that you're talking to, may not enjoy that. It's like, hey, we just met. Hey, like, relax, we just met. This person wants to know all of me. This person wants to unpack me with their conversation. They want to really just dive too deep with me, right? So this just lets me to let you know that you just may need to find the right people who are able to keep up with you on that wave, you know? So that is what that is what Mercury conjunct Pluto will give you in the birth chart. What else can be said about this placement, all right? Mercury conjunct Pluto can also have you be someone that is very concerned with psychology, astrology, you know, childhood traumas. You could be someone that is just very, very intense with your words. Be very careful of domineering or being someone who steamrolls others in conversation, because that could be something that could happen. But this would make you a really great investigator or detective. This would make you a great therapist. This would make you a great astrologer. This would make you a great anyone who has to like excavate hidden information. You would be very good at it because you're probably already good at it. You're probably the friend that, you know, if you ever wanted to break into someone's Instagram and do a little digging or background information on a person, you're probably that person to go to, okay? Because you have Mercury conjunct Pluto. All right, so let me know if you have this placement. Let me know where it is in your birth chart, because it can offer some varying degrees of, you know, outcomes depending on where your Mercury conjunct Pluto is in your birth chart or what sign it is sitting under, okay? So let me know those details. Let me know if this resonates with you, and I will let you know what could be going on in your particular situation. And without further ado, I'm wishing you all of the somewhat psychic, powerful, investigative, deep energy that you do have within your words, your mind, and your communication skills. And I'm wishing you all the best and many blessings, all right? You have a beautiful day. Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Uranus in your birth chart, okay? So this is going to be a very, very shocking and very rebellious type of placement, okay? Because for you, as we have discovered within our previous, you know, seminars and videos, Uranus in our birth chart or in our solar system is all to do with the energy of something that is very shocking, something very unexpected, something very abrupt, something very left field or left leaning or avant-garde, something that is very, you know, different from what is normal, what is convention. It is something that is the opposite of convention, right? It is progressive, it is transcendent, it is trend-setting, it is something that is pioneering, right? It's also offering a different tone, a different way, right? That is wherever I want to see where a person is rebelling in life, wherever a person is taking a different tone in life, where they are exercising their progressive and unique nature, I look to the placement of a person's Uranus. And so when you have Uranus conjunct Mercury, we can determine that this person is very unique within their approach to communication, within their style of communication, within the things that they say, the words that they say. You could be the person in the room that when you say what you say, people go, huh? Like, what? It can also show that you would be someone who's very, very intelligent, all right? You could be genius level intelligent. You could be someone that is very humanitarian driven or very even technologically savvy within your mind or within your words, right? You would be someone that may even get bursts of downloads, right? You could just wake up in the middle of the night and be like, whoa, I have an idea. So I would always suggest people, when I see Mercury conjunct Uranus in the birth chart, to be someone that carries around a notepad or have that notes app in your phone at the ready for you, you know, something that's easily accessible for you to jot down those ideas, because I promise you those ideas are being downloaded from the ether. Look at the symbol of what Uranus looks like. Look at the symbol of it. It is literally, looks like an antenna of a television, right? So that is because wherever it is, it's a download, right? It's always downloading energy from the ether, and it's at like a burst. It's always in a burst of it. It's lightning, it's unexpected. It happens at 3 a.m. It happens while you are at the gym. It happens while you are doing something that you're not even thinking about, you know, some transcendent idea that just pops out of anywhere. You know, it happens at the most random time. So carry those notepads around. Do know that you may need to be someone who finds a smarter room. Whenever you have Mercury conjunct, what is it? Mercury conjunct Uranus. In order to thwart that phenomenon that you may experience where when you say what you say, people go, huh? You may need to just find a smarter room. You may be in rooms where people just aren't able to grasp the things that you are saying. And so it may just require you to find a more elevated room, a more smarter room, a room that is in tune with your frequency. You see? Otherwise, you may feel a little other. You may feel a little strange, especially when you communicate or you articulate or you talk about the things that you talk about, because maybe the topics that you choose to talk about or your perspective can be so different than what is conventionally around you that you stand out when you offer your points of views, when you offer your ideas. So it just requires you to find the proper people that are meant for you, right? Go on Reddit, go on Groupon, see where in your area, where in your town people are interested or practicing the same subjects that you are interested in, and it'll be in you aligning yourself to those groups of people that you can find friends, that you can find a community of people where you don't feel like you are a unicorn with 5 heads whenever you say what you say, because you would have found your people who are right in line with your point of view, your way of thinking, okay? But do know you could be someone that just in general, when you speak, you could be, because you have the gift of foresight with this placement, you really do, right? You are going to be someone who's always kind of like 80 years ahead of others, right? You're always going to be able to see where the chips are going to fall in whatever situation you're in or whatever environment you're in. And because people who are in the now may not have Mercury conjunct Uranus and may not have that ability to forecast the trend, when you say what you say, it could be like, well, why are you overreacting? Or what are you even talking about? Like what? But lo and behold, let time go by. Those same people that were looking at you a little crazy or looking at you with the scrunched noses and the high eyebrows, I promise you they do and turn around and either do the thing that you were warning them against, or the thing that you were warning them against comes to pass and now they have to circle back and say, hey, you told me so. Or they are jumping on the bandwagon of an idea that you presented 6 months ago and you're like, but I literally said that 6 months ago and now you guys think it's cool and you don't want to give me credit for the idea. Like, it can be very that. I promise you it will be. With this Mercury conjunct Uranus, it makes you someone who is very transcendent and very, you set the trends, you know, you plant the seeds. And sometimes it may suck because it will feel like when you are communicating, all you get is the backlash rather than the appreciation or the support for what you are saying, which is correct, which is in line with where people are. They're on their way there, right? That is what I'll say to you, is that they're on their way there. So just be patient with this type of placement. But this will make you someone who is a great broadcaster, someone who could put their voice on the airwaves, you know, do a podcast, do radio, do things that put you on the media, do things that are like within technology, because that could really, really have you aligning with this placement, okay? But yeah, that is all I have for this conjunction. I would only know deeper analysis should you let me know where your Mercury conjunct Uranus is in your birth chart, all right? What house it's in, what sign it is under, because that would let me know where you are taking that very shocking and very intellectual approach within your words, where it is and how you're doing it and what it's about, you know, within you letting me know what the sign and house is that this conjunction is in, okay? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all of the very shocking, transcendent, trend-setting communication energy in your life, because it is in you aligning to this energy that you really step into your highest self. And I'm wishing you all the best, many blessings and much abundance, all right? Bye. Let's say you have Mercury conjunct Saturn. Now this is going to be somewhat of a very heavy placement because it is conjunct a planet that is to do with karma. As we know, Saturn in our solar system or in astrology is all to do with our personal karma. It is the great father time planet in our zodiac. And so Saturn is wherever it is going to be and offer the person a lesson. And it is only until that person learns the lessons that they are specifically made and built with that they are able to find abundance after the lesson is served. And so if we take that into consideration with Saturn conjunct Mercury, we can assess that this is going to be somewhat of a limiting and karmic type of influence on a person's ability to speak, express themselves, communicate, think, and offer their intelligence in life. This person may find that earlier in their life, from the ages of 1 to maybe 30, 35, that they struggle to communicate. They struggle to offer their ideas. They struggle to trust their intelligence. They struggle to be someone that is writing or communicating in the way that they see others so freely being able to do. And so with this type of placement, this is going to require work. It is going to require a little bit of courage from that person to learn to speak up at the appropriate time, to offer their words, to offer their ideas, to communicate effectively so that others around them can understand them, And let's say this person does have a great speaking ability within them, right? This could also be just them being someone that speaks in general, right? Offers their ideas in general, being someone that is not afraid to let their voice be heard or let their words be known. This is what happens when you have Saturn conjunct Mercury, all right? This person may also strike the tone of someone who is very serious. Maybe they take their writing very seriously, or maybe they take their ideas very seriously, or they're a very, very serious communicator. This can also be seen with this placement as well. But remember, wherever Saturn is, although it delays and restricts before the first Saturn return, it is something that you are meant to master in this life. And so after the first Saturn return, and as you approach 30, you're going to find that there is a little bit of a lifting of the guards over this energy, and you will be someone who is meant to be using your words to lead others, to help others, to be the smartest in the room, there will be a layer of the work that you are meant for in this life will be a big, big component of you being someone who is meant to offer your words, your communication, your writing, and your ability to offer your ideas, right? This is something that will happen after the first Saturn return. And I always say, just because your Saturn return happens around the ages of 30, 35, that does not give you permission to wait around and watch the clock until you hit 30 or until your Saturn return comes upon you, because it is the work that is necessary that Saturn wants of you, okay? It is not you waiting for the time to feed down and those things of that matter. You're supposed to be someone that as you approach 30, as you're approaching your Saturn return, you are working every day to effectively communicate. You're working every day to put your writing skills out there. You're working every day to put your voice out there. You're working every day within your relationships, within your friendships, within your love life to communicate effectively, okay? So hopefully this is something that you resonate with. Now remember, this will vary and change depending on the sign that your Mercury conjunct Saturn is in. It will add a little bit more layers of what that karmic lesson is for you, that is attached to your voice, that is attached to your writing, that is attached to your communication abilities, all right? And the house that it is in will also show me where exactly that is, happening in your life, all right? So if this resonates with you, definitely let me know in the comments below, and then also let me know your particular placement and where it is, what house it's in, what sign it is under, and then that will help me better able to help you with rectifying what this could exactly be for you and what your lesson is. Because I do know, like I said, with Saturn conjunct anything, it is offering a lesson to that trait, to that energy. And for you, it all is a lesson within your ability to communicate, all right? And also do know that this may be a bit harder for those who have this placement under the sign of Capricorn or even Scorpio, okay? So if you have either of those or any of the other signs, let me know in the comments below and I'll be able to write back to you and let you know exactly what's going on with this particular lesson, okay? But I am wishing you all of the communication energy. I'm wishing you the bravery and the effective communication skills imaginable for you to get out there and express yourself to your fullest extent, all right? I want you to trust your intelligence. I want you to trust your ability to be heard. I want you to trust your ability to be understood, okay? And for you to be out there speaking with the best of them, all right? So you have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. Bye.